You've worked hard to build something meaningful, whether that's your business, whether that's your investment account, whether that's just the stuff that you have with your family, the cabin, your primary residence, whatever it is, you've worked hard for that. The question is, how do you make that last beyond just the next generation? We want this to go further. And so that's my question to you. How do you make it last? So I'm just like everybody else. I grew up in a family where no one talked about money. Why that is, I don't know. And that's the way most Americans are. And when I was growing up, my dad was also an estate planning attorney. He worked with lots of very well-to-do clients. And yet I didn't realize it until I got later into high school. Later on, when I decided to go into law school and eventually join my dad's practice as an employee, that's when I started getting my education about how things worked in the real world. And even though I know that I'm going to be the eventual trustee of my parents' trust and deal with their estate, I still didn't know what was going on with them. I didn't know what investments they had. I didn't know where they had their property or real estate or anything like that. And as we're going along, my dad and I eventually become partners. We started to disagree on a lot of things. How do we build the firm? Do we want to bring on other attorneys and those kind of things? And my dad didn't. He was in a pretty comfortable stage of his life, whereas I wasn't. I wanted to grow. I wanted to bring on other attorneys. I wanted to build something beyond myself. And so he said, you got to buy me out. Hey, great. I would love to. Two problems. One, I don't have money. And two, a bank's not going to lend to me based off of this. And he said, okay, well, let's figure something out. He eventually became the bank, and I borrowed from him and paid him back over time to buy out the practice. And it turned out really well, worked out for both of us, helped us maintain our relationship because we weren't fighting anymore about how the business was to be run. He made extra money from the interest that I was paying him. It worked out for me because I got the loan that I needed to buy the business. And so that was my first introduction into what's called the family bank. A few years later, we did it again when I bought the office building from him that we were running the law firm out of. And it just was such a good experience for me. I said, all right, there's got to be a better way to make this happen and make sure that everybody kind of knows about this because it worked out so well. How do we do that? And so that's where the family bank method comes from. Taking these concepts and making it in a way that you can teach your kids financial responsibility. That's where my practice has grown to and what I focus on, because it shouldn't just be about the tax aspects of it. It needs to be more about your legacy. What are you passing on? What values? What's important to you? And how we can instill that today and also for future generations. So if any of that perked your interest, if you're saying, yeah, that's me, I'm worried about legacy, I'm worried about how my kids are going to act financially, then I'm here to help show you how to do that. That's really what I want to do. I want to share this message with as many people as I can and help them make sure that the next generation and generations after that know what they're doing.